Hello, everyone. Welcome to Slamfire Radio, episode 579, recording on October 30th, 2024. I'm your host, Adriel.
I'm another host, Kyle.
I'm the last host, Cowtown Tony.
There we go. Got everyone in, did a nice smooth intro.
Yeah.
That's very odd for us, yeah, but, kind of nice to have a surprise every once in a while.
Yep.
I have a huge update, so maybe I'll go last. Tony, why don't you go first for what we did in Guns?
Okay, I don't have that much update. I loaded some specialty 556, 223 in this box here. Nice and pretty, 10 round of each. I've used a mixture of different bullets. This is one of actually my first reloading bullet. Very expensive. Don't buy this. Go buy either the berries are good or the Campros 55 grains. This is the Hornady 55 grain 223 bullets. I shot it before. It doesn't seem to be that different, so I would say don't spend extra on that.
Are they FMJ or SST?
FMJs. These are standard ones, and they're still expensive, relatively speaking. And then because I know I'm getting into reloading, I'm kind of into it, so I picked up some different bullet types when they're on sale because that's how I roll. This is the Barnes. I also have the sticker on it because I have 90 shots left in it. The Match Burner 224. This is the 69 grain Boltel hollow point match bullet. I thought these two are the same, but in fact they're not. This is part number 1035 from Spear. This one 1029, both 224. This one's 50 grain soft point varmint bullets. I was thinking, okay, if I want to shoot a coyote, probably don't want to deal with FMJ. We'll see about that. And this one is the varmint 52 grain hollow point. I haven't loaded this yet because I saw these are the same because I bought them from two different times, but I guess I have two more kinds now. And then the Spear 1036 target match 52 grains. I also have a box of ELD AMs 75 grains Hornadies I haven't tried yet. Those are so a warning for anyone who's loading for an AR magazine, AR platform, or anything that runs AR magazine, but is running at 75 grain ERDM. Apparently, you're not supposed to. There's two different profiles for the Hornady, like 75 grain bullet type, match type hollow points. One is longer, and typically the suggested load data, it will not fit in an AR magazine. The other type would. So do pay attention to that. I believe I have the wrong kind, technically speaking, because that was way back when I know less about the whole reloading thing. But we'll see. I might reduce the charge a bit, try to seed it deeper, verify some sources, or the proper way is probably just to single feed them because all my guns are AR magazine based. They're not AR platform. And then the other thing is, while Adriel was down here in Calgary, he brought me a gift. So here's my Troy PR, and I complained about the alpha rails because you can't get freaking accessories for it. But now Adriel brought me a QD sling attachment thingy here. It's a pain in the ass to install because alpha rails. Good thing I only have to install on the very front, so I just slip it in.
But it's sweet, right?
I would have. The renewed version of the PAR is now M-Lock, so you will be able to put whatever on it. So now this gun is completely competition ready, so to speak. I'll have a QD in the back. I'll have a QD in the front. I have my Picatinny rail for my bipod. I guess maybe I need a night vision designator in the front or something. But other than that, all good to go. I have my sling. I have my bipod. Maybe we'll shoot a Maple Sea with a pump action. We'll see how that goes. Or maybe I'll come to a KD and try to shoot this thing.
Yeah, that would be better for the KD. Did you epoxy that cup into the back?
I did not. Not yet.
That's a winter task to do.
That's a winter task. Well, winter is a loading time. as you can see, you already started. Unfortunately, I won't be racing this gun over the weekend because Taylor says no to manual action. So, wah, wah, no more trophies for me, I guess. Okay, let's go to Kyle next.
Okay. Well, before I get to the guns, I will show the almost gun. So I had mentioned
It's a receiver
last week that I had gotten Gage, my boy, set up, and I figured I'd show it. So bought him Lynx belt set up.
Sweet color. Is
Yeah.
green his favorite?
It changes all the time, so he likes it.
Oh, he's not that kind of boy that says black only.
Yeah, he's not like me, no. But yeah, I picked him up this Glock 19 airsoft pistol, and very impressed. Like it feels like a Glock. I'll end up shaving the finger grooves off of it because it's like a Gen 3 style.
Is it a Uramax brand or?
Yes, I believe it is. Yeah, Umarex. No, so I remember I didn't go to their booth, but I remember seeing them at SHOT Show, and they had quite the booth. So I thought that was a trusted name.
They're like one of the biggest. They do like, how do you say, licensed stuff. I think they have a 1911 CQB M45A1. That one I really wanted. They have like a full auto Tommy gun or something too.
Yeah, so yeah, that's full blowback, licensed Glock 19. So I'm going to end up doing some stippling to the grip and whatnot. But he shot that, and it worked really good. But yeah, through Hammer, I had one of Hammer Armament's first holsters sitting here, so threw that on, and some of my mag pouches. And these mags are pretty cool. So they have the gas right on the mag, and 19 round mag.
Oh. So
Cool.
you are not changing the gas bottle in the gun. I guess there's
no. So you're basically, when you load up, make sure it's topped up with your gas. Takes a quick second, and so every mag, you're basically topping up your gas at the same time.
Wait. Topping up. So like from a diving tank or something? It's not the cartridges.
No, so it uses this green gas.
Cool.
And it fill it up just like a butane thing. So it just stick it in this bottom nozzle here, and it like from empty, it's like 4 to 5 seconds and it's full.
In my opinion, a better system than the cartridges. That seems like a lot of waste and probably gets expensive over time. I haven't done any air gun shooting here, so I don't know,
but holy cow, these mags cost. They're about twice as much as a normal Glock 19 mag.
So that's what, 40, 50 bucks?
Yes, exactly. Yeah, they're like 45 bucks or 55 bucks depending where you find them. So he's got his mags, and unless they break, that's what he's got. I'm not buying any more. So
some heavy duty base pads on it.
Yeah.
Does it take?
It does have base pads, and actually they're a lot nicer than a normal Glock base pad.
That is funny. I've had Glock base pads at the joint cut me before, just on my finger. So I don't hold them to high regards. To me, it's Magpul and nothing.
But yeah, so I got him the 28-inch belt set up. The inner belt is perfect, and it came with 20 links, and I took one link out for it to fit him. So basically, if you got a kid, you can buy just like the 28-inch kit, and it's gonna work. And that's the nice thing with the Lynx belt is he can use this forever. And I had these pieces from the ELS system, these metal pieces. So I used that for the mag pouches. And then because the gun isn't that heavy and he's not that vigorous, I put on an ELS clip, just drilled it through and put on an ELS clip for the holster. Yeah, that's his setup. It will continue to grow with him forever, basically.
Cool. That's a good idea.
And
you'll get to a point where he's like in his teens, where you're adding like a link every couple of matches or so.
yeah. Well, and then once he gets into 3-gun, then that's gonna be a whole completely different belt setup, and we'll have to figure out that one when that comes.
I'm pretty sure his belt setup is more expensive than mine right now.
I would say he's pretty spoiled with the gear he's getting for his
You're-
stuff.
You've got ELS. Why don't you just use one belt setup for IPSC and for 3-gun? Just have the ELS
Yeah,
receivers.
I could do that too. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I would do that all day, because then he doesn't have to relearn like a different holster or holster location or mag pouches for his pistol or anything like that. You just have the rifle pouch behind the pistols, and up front you got some shotgun stuff.
Yeah. Now we'll get on to the real guns. So I was up in North Dakota last weekend, so I went last night because our gun store is closed Sundays and Mondays, but went last night and picked up my pistol that I had wanted to match. So the Springfield XD9 SC. So there it is there.
Disgusting.
You know what? Absolutely. It looks disgusting. It is huge. Like it looks like I've got space between my head, but it is thick.
Sad. Yeah, that looks like a London double-decker bus.
Like, it is small and chunky.
It's not direct blowback, is it? No. Tilting barrel.
No,
Yeah.
it'd be tilting barrel.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's not a hard point. No. That's also chunky, but
yeah, like compared to my Taurus, holy cow. Nice ambi mag drop, so you don't have to change anything from it. You can push it from that side, or you can push it from this side.
that's pretty awesome.
That grip is tiny.
Oh, it is. It is.
What's
I
the
will
barrel
say
length
though,
on this thing?
so I made it to the range last night after work.
Mm-hmm.
I rushed to the gun store, grabbed this stuff, came home, got everything ready, and got like half hour, 45 minutes at the range. The trigger on this surprised me. It's actually got a nice trigger. Nice and light and lots of take up. So like this beaver tail safety too is kind of a joke, I think.
That's in the grip zone, right?
Yeah. So lots of take up, but
That seems like a very light let off. Long reset though.
the long reset.
Oh.
But like, I took the first mag out, like, okay, let's see how this is. I was not having high expectations or even hopes. And I pulled the trigger. Oh. So for a subcompact, it is actually quite shootable.
Is it more better than your Taurus or no?
It is easier to shoot than my Taurus.
That's
I
good to hear.
For a subcompact, I prefer the grip on my Taurus because it's slimmer. It's not so it's not so thick and stubby.
It's more like the 40.
It's like they kept the normal width of like the XD9 and then just cut the bottom off. So, but not horrible. If you can get past how chonky it is, like Crystal shot it. At first didn't like it, got her to tighten up her grip. Like she's really definitely got to tighten up her grip. And it was all right. I think it would be all right once she tightened up her grip. And I wouldn't count it out if I didn't make another purchase. I still don't know if I would still want to carry it just because how chunky it is. But
He's not into that second kind of cool. It doesn't look cool.
well, it's just the feel of it. Like if you felt my Taurus compared to this, that Taurus, while difficult to shoot, just feels nicer. But the trigger on the XD9 SC is nicer. So yeah, not counting it out. I'm sure there's people out there that would like it, and it's nicer to shoot than the Taurus. So, but then, like I said, I wouldn't count it out if I hadn't made another purchase. So, I bought my 365 X Macro Comp.
It's a comp gun too.
Well,
Wow.
it's a comp gun in that they put ports in the slide and they put a shorter barrel in.
I think people have tested it and it works better. So
I tell you, it throws some good flame.
there you go.
at dusk.
Flashy.
Yeah, it's flashy. And it just, Like, look at that. It just fits good.
You can actually get your pinky on there. That's
Oh yeah. Like, if you don't have to try, you can get a good purchase on it and get a good grip without trying. You can shoot it without having to have this monster tight grip like you would with a micro compact. A little harder to conceal because, of course, the longer grip, but I'll deal with that. Like, I've been doing the fanny pack carry, playing around with 5 o'clock outside the waistband when I'm wearing like a flannel or something. It covers that no problem. So just continuing to experiment with carry and everything. So debating, I picked up a couple holsters when I was up in North Dakota because smaller town than here actually had a better store for that stuff. So I picked up a crossbreed Reckoning. Here, I'll grab it. So it came with belt clips to do it inside the waistband or these belt clips to do outside. Got playing with it. The leather, I would not want to do inside the waistband. It just, if it was like suede backed or something, yes.
or it's gonna be sticky.
But it's rough and the edges aren't the nicest.
Oh, really? That's unfortunate.
You know, like they attempted, but I think it could have been better. And then I just picked up a cheap Kydex holster. And that's so
It's
I
a
will
65
once I decide,
fine
because I'm
holster.
thinking of picking up like a TLR 7A to put on this because it has a rail. Now, so I'm thinking of getting the TLR 7A to put on there. So I'm holding off on my my big holster purchases until I decide on that.
Oh, what kind of light you want? That's fair.
Yeah, because I mean, I will be getting We the People holster. If nothing else, just it'll be in the truck all the time, especially if I go with a light. I do like their holsters, and I might actually play around and get a tier 1 concealment holster and just really see what the hype is about those holsters. They claim to have especially the appendix carry figured out, so that basically anybody can appendix carry without printing. So thinking about checking them out.
How good is that TLR7 for that gun? I've got a TLR6 for my Glock 48, and it is nice.
Looking at pictures,
nice.
Looking at pictures, the 7A
Mm-hmm.
it's almost flush with the barrel.
Fantastic.
The
And do they? I bet you can even find holsters that are made for that light, because I
Yeah.
easily found holsters that are made for mine.
well, that's the nice thing with this, because like tier 1 concealment with the Taurus,
Mhm.
hardly know anybody made a holster for it. Never mind with a light.
Yeah.
Where like a 365X macro, people make them, and the 7A light is a common one, so that shouldn't be an issue to find or get one made up for that. So might want to do some trigger work, but on the same token, like I shot last night and it shot great. I probably won't do something with the trigger. It's just I want a lighter trigger, but this is a carry gun, so I don't want a lighter trigger. So but yeah, it's like, here's the trigger pull here. Not as much take up, and let's get this. So,
Looks pretty standard. The
Yeah.
SIG FCU triggers to me. It looks
yeah, so like a lot less
Noise.
travel than like the Springfield and that.
that reset on the Springfield so long though.
Yeah, yeah,
I guess for a carry gun, maybe it's.
but it was a lighter trigger than this.
Did you measure?
No, I just going off feel. No, I actually loaned out my trigger gauge to somebody back when I lived in Grand Prairie and never got it back. So I am without a trigger gauge right now.
That's unfortunate.
But yeah, made it out to the range, got that sighted in and everything. Tested out the Springfield last night, and that's pretty much it. Yeah, absolutely. I'd love to try that Canic and the Hellcats, Eric, for sure. I know I've held them, but we haven't actually shot them yet. So it'd be cool to bring out all the subcompacts, and who knows, maybe that's a video for our US listeners, because it'll just drive the Canadians batty and envious.
Well,
I believe
like
those
to
are
live-
all prohibited devices.
Yes, they're all less than the 4 1/4 inch barrel.
All the prohibs,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, we can live precariously through you. You can
Yeah, they're all like 3-inch barrels, so
Mm.
well in the prohib territory.
I would have had an Officer 1911. I know it sounds weird, but I would.
See, if I'm carrying something that big, I'm gonna go buy a staccato.
But I'm not rich.
Neither am I. Look how long it took me to finally fork out the cash to get the 365.
Yeah,
a lot of guns.
A proper defense gun. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's nice because now I actually want to go out and train with it too, because it's not, you don't have to work so hard to shoot it well.
You are not tolerating it, you are training with it.
Yeah. You got one of those, Eric? The CZ P10F? We could, yeah, if you got those.
That's a full size gun, though.
P10F SC is no, not the P10F. You want the P10 SC because the F is the full size.
F says
Is
full
it-
size. C is like a 19.
Oh, okay, so he's commenting on
CSC.
compared to the 1911.
Oh,
Oh yeah, the P10Fs are really nice.
Yeah.
For the price, fantastic.
Yeah, you have a review out on those ones. Like that was your budget 3-gun pistol, pretty much.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, yeah, that's it for me. Adriel, how about you? What did you get up to?
I got a couple of weeks to cover because I didn't cover what we did. There was too many people on last time, so I just skipped mine. And so I got a couple things. Okay, I did a PAL course. Okay, great. Another one of those. Went weekend hunting in a new spot, kind of like as a scouting mission. And oh my goodness, the deer! Like so many deer in this spot. So yeah, got some grouse while I was out there. But really, like, so my buddy brought the deer rifle. I brought just a 22 just to shoot some grouse because it was like, I'll shoot the grouse, you shoot the deer. There were so many deer. It was like, I wish I had a deer rifle in my hand.
you didn't even take a 300 black? What? Why? That thing is so short.
Kiss principle. I keep it simple.
No, that means you need a backup gun. You drove out there, so you're
Mhm.
going to pack your backup gun.
I got some grouse though. I got some grouse. I was talking to one of the well maintenance guys, and he was like, "Yeah, I haven't seen a grouse in like weeks." But I took grouse. I think they were just like on the road. They were all hunted out, but inside the cut lines, they're in there. Anyways, great spot, fantastic spot. I got in my stuff from Chromag, so I wanted to show a couple of their things. The first thing is their loader.
They have a very interesting ad about it. It's like
What's
you're the
that?
Queen. They have a very interesting ad line for it. You were the Queen Soldier or something when Her Majesty was still alive. It was interesting.
All right. There's the strip lula. There's the Chromag
Oh,
thing.
quite a bit bigger.
Yeah, and there's the metal spoon that you can
The
just get.
spoon
that-
is
that
garbage.
That comes with they're garbage. I'm gonna show them.
Yeah.
So the classic strip lula, you stick it on your magazine. You grab your stripper clip ammo, stick it in there, pull this thing over the top, and then just press it down, and there you go.
That's some
comes out.
quick.
You know, I gotta
Yeah,
buy
very
one of
good.
those because, or maybe the
Print
next
one.
thing you're showing, because I've been using just the metal piece that comes with the.
The spoon.
Yeah.
I have so
Okay.
many problems with the spoon over inserting. I'm pretty
I'll show
pissed.
them.
off.
My issue is just getting it started. It binds up the rounds bind up just starting the push.
Yeah. So spoon here. I'm just gonna do 5 rounds on the spoon. There's your mag. There's your metal spoon. It goes on, and then this goes on there. And it's kind of hard to get the. You can't use this with the plastic ones. This is metal only. You pop those in there, and then
Yeah, just like that.
sometimes they want to pitch forward, right? They don't really want to go.
The
in
support on the strip itself is not very good.
Correct. Yeah, there is no support. So that's not that great from that perspective. The Chromag one, it's got kind of like a flip that out and flip that out, and
Oh wow, that's complicated. Jeez,
stick
Oh, okay. It's like for the
it
plastic ones, just it folds up.
it's like the
On
Swiss K31 charging thing.
Yeah. Or the Canadian military has one that looks kind of like this, kind of like a boxy kind of a thing.
Oh yeah, the bridge one.
Yeah, and then you take these actually. So this has a guide for the bullets. The bullets will actually stay centered in that guide there as you put the stripper clip in. So
That's
it does
interesting.
help hold them in a little bit better, and then you still press down from the top.
Yeah, but it doesn't have a follower for you to press on. That doesn't seem
No.
to be.
No,
Yeah,
you
that,
just
that
use.
besides the fact that that one folds up, that looks the exact same as the ones I was pulling from that the RCMP were throwing out that I was snagging from the garbage.
Yeah, that's what the RCMP uses. Is they use these thermal ones. They're the
Yeah.
same. They're still thermal. I just need
Too
to...
bad.
There we go. There we go.
At
Okay.
my range,
There,
we
that's
don't
in.
get to have the LEO and military fund. We don't get to have like.
Well, you
tossed
can
stuff.
these are out of BC. You can order these. They're cheap.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying you can't I can't just pick up random curious stuff on the ground.
Well, if you have a range where the RCMP shoot, then maybe, because that's
Yeah,
the,
APR is none of
that's
that.
the way to get that stuff. I think I showed this before. So this is like what the 3D printed like loader. So you put your rounds in there. That's a 10 rounder, and then you grab the top, and grab a stripper clip, put the stripper clip in the top, and then you just load up all 10 just like that. Now they're
For
on
the
there. Stripper
listener,
clip.
that's a 3D printed loader to load your stripper clips back instead of loading it into a mag.
I finally
They-
printed mine.
There you go.
They
It's also in the
make
same
one as
color.
well.
No, mine's
This-
green.
Yours is green. This one over here is the one that Chromag sells, and it has like a little guide kind of a lip there that you have to put their stripper
Okay.
clip over top. So the easy part about this one is sliding them in, because it's very easy to just kind of like wiggle them and slide them in there, and then close the wallet up, and then push this over top, and then out they come. I
Not
would
too
say
bad.
between these two, they're both pretty good
So-
for different things.
So
I
how
would
does
prefer this one for metal.
I was about to ask you, like this one you just showed that you bought. How
Yeah,
does
which
that
is
work with the metal ones? Because the metal ones have a slight curve to them.
Not as well.
Not as well.
Not as well. Straight up. Yeah. The plastic ones are straight, whereas the metal ones, like you mentioned there, do have a slight curve. So it's not as easy to put them on. Now this thing straightens out that curve, so you can slide the whole thing right onto the plastic 3D printed one like very easily. But it doesn't work quite as well when you have to hold it and slide it over top of these.
Yeah, I finally
So-
printed that loader, and I'm thinking of modifying it so you can actually, that part that holds your clip can actually attach to the body for when you're putting it in your bag, so it's not like two separate pieces.
Flopping around.
Yeah, like an attach or something like that. so
Well,
you could,
just
like,
cutting out
clip
the
it to itself.
cutting out the side, so you just slide it on the same way as you load your rounds. You'd have to take out some of the sidewall, but I think there's enough support there that you take out a little bit, cut some grooves in there, and you could slide it on the same way as when you slide
if
to
you just-
load your rounds.
Put some little nubs on here that like line up with these holes, so you can just like click it on there.
There's that too. Yeah.
Yeah. Anywho, I think that's all I wanted to say. So, my findings: the plastic clips are fine, and they're cheap. They do let the rounds like spread a little bit more, but that doesn't really matter. I mean, it does when you're trying to cram them into a metal can, because
that's why the
I find-
curve, right? Because the rounds are technically tapered, so the curve saves you
Yeah.
some space. But I like the straight ones better, to be honest.
and these ones, like, they don't rattle around, they stay nice and compact, so it's easier. Like if you imagine like putting them back and forth and putting them into an ammo can or something like that, I find the metal clips just hold them a little bit more steadily, but these plastic ones are just fine as well. And these plastic ones load in the Maglula one just fine as well. So I would say that the best combo here is still the strip Lula for just ease of loading, and plastic or metal for the stripper clips. I don't think it really matters. And the spoon is I don't know, good for giving away to someone else.
Yeah, I think
don't know- I
I'm investing
wouldn't
in a
get-
strip Lula.
Yeah, I wouldn't get this one, just mostly because it's bigger. It's quite a bit bigger than this one, and this one
And it
has
doesn't have a
that,
follower. I think that's
yeah,
where it's
yeah.
at.
Yeah, this one has like a guided follower that allows you to very quick like put even pressure on those rounds and push them down. And it's just very well designed, so I like it. I mounted a new scope on my Axis. I'm not going to show it because I already have too many guns to show. And then I went weekend hunting in that new spot again. I was taking out one of our listeners, and then a guy from 3 Gun who hadn't been out big game hunting before. So I took him to that good spot. They both got a deer. So
What? By the time I'm there, there's going to be nothing left.
Tony, in 2 hours, we saw 20 deer. So
Okay,
no,
here's
I don't think we shot them out. I think there's more.
Here's a question: have you ever like in the same magazine, got your deer buck tag, and then your supplementary doe. Like,
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, I have. I have gotten 2 deer with 1 bullet before as well.
Whoa.
Yeah.
What?
That was when I was younger and dumber.
I was gonna say
had, like-
on purpose.
Wow.
Yeah, on purpose. I had tags for
Shoe
both of them. and they're
through. Oh, this guy's cheating. Shoe throughs.
Shoot throughs work in the real life. I've done the same thing for coyote as well. I got
coyotes.
two
You have
coyotes with
more
1 shot.
leeways for that.
Yeah, at 300 too. Anyways, I don't want to.
Wow.
Let's talk about other stuff. Yeah. So, anyways, great spot. I'm gonna go out there again on the November long weekend, and do some more deer hunting out there. Last week during the week, I went pheasant hunting down in Tabor. I got invited. A couple of guys that I know had won the lottery. So the way it works is, there's a lottery for spots at this Tabor Pheasant Festival. If you win, you can go, and 3 of your friends can go. You can go +3, right, to your party. You bid, like you choose your dates. So you're like, I want these dates, and it's morning or afternoon. And then through lottery, they pick who wins it, kind of a thing, right? And we picked kind of middle of the week because we're thinking, well, maybe other people can't take middle of the week. They don't want to take the time off work and that kind of thing. And got it. So we're at middle of the week. The way it works is you kind of show up either day before or 2 days before or morning of, and you go pick out your spots for where you're going to go hunting. The spots are grazing leases and private land around Tabor, but could be up to 45 minutes, an hour drive from Tabor. So there's still quite a bit of driving involved, depending on which spots you get. And you hunt from basically sun up to 12 or 1 or whatever, and then the next group goes in for the afternoon, and they release some pheasants in between and after and all this other kind of stuff. So
Release some pheasants.
Oh yeah, they have to release them. Well, because if you got a party of 4 people and a couple of dogs on one of those you'd hunt them out. It's just a quarter section. And if you hunted it hard over those 4 hours, you've either shot all the pheasants or scare them all off into the neighbor's property. So
it's like a game.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
They used to do that with the original turkey shoots too.
Yeah, it very much is. Pheasants aren't native to Alberta. They don't really survive that well. So
I have no idea.
They're farmed birds that they just then go and release.
That's pretty interesting. They're not worried about them becoming invasive.
No, because everything eats them.
The
foxes eat them. The coyotes eat them. Oh, they don't, and they're not really if you look at our native game bird species, they all have furry feet because it's cold here. Pheasants don't. They're just barefooting it through the snow. So they're not really made for the environment. They're made to look pretty and shoot. And that we did. We shot a couple of them. I took home 2 and grilled them up. Yeah, it was good. Yeah, see, raise pheasants to release. So you raise them just like chickens or whatever on a farm, and then release them in the fall and shoot them.
That's pretty cool. That's like the original trap and ski games, right? You just release a bird, you shoot it out of the sky.
They have a junior program that is closer to that. Where it's basically you set up a junior
Sounds funny.
And they make a pheasant fly and they shoot it out of the sky. It's like clay pigeons, but with pheasants. Except you get to eat the end result.
So were you? I've never been pheasant hunting. So were you flushing these, or just trying to walk up on them and get them on the ground?
Flush them primarily. Yeah. You're walking along, and they're usually gonna flush. You're supposed to flush them as to make it sporting kind of a thing. Only shoot the males, not the females. And
oh wow.
Mm-hmm. The males have a long tail, so you'll see as they fly up, they'll have this long trailing tail behind them, whereas the females won't. Supposed to shoot them on the wing, kind of a thing. I brought my Browning A5 because I thought I'd be most familiar with it, and that was a correct choice because I am so familiar with it, and just using it's easy, and it comes up to the shoulder, and I've fired tens of thousands of rounds at 3 guns, so getting that thing and firing fast and accurate is second nature for me. So I was glad I took it out.
Was that your first 3-gun shotgun?
No.
Not quite. Okay, but like
No.
one of your very early semi-autos, I'm guessing.
Yes. Yeah, one of my very early semi-auto shotguns.
Second, what ammo were you using?
I was using number 4 lead.
Oh wow. You're not worried about eating lead.
Well, no, you just cut around it. Yeah.
I use lead for grouse all the time.
I would have shot steel at anything I'm gonna eat.
Until you have to pay the bill.
So there was waterfowl at this spot too, so I did have steel. But the problem there is you can't hunt waterfowl with any lead.
Yeah.
You can't have any lead on you.
Right.
So like to stay legal, according to the game regs, you either load up steel or you load up lead. You load up lead, you're gonna go pheasants. If you want both, just load up some steel and shoot both. But I was a little bit worried about shooting pheasant with like number 1 or like BB steel and just racking them, right? Because I want the meat.
Steel.
Yeah. But if we saw like a goose flying overhead, and you're like, because all these areas are near rivers and lakes, and it's waterfowl season, right? They're going overhead all the time. I
wonder if you played around with bismuth.
That would be the gamer move, is to get. And one of the guys had bismuth. Yeah, that's what he was running.
No one shot tungsten. Those are expensive though. Those are way more expensive than steel.
I haven't really seen tungsten for sale as much, but
TSS.
Anyways, yeah, very interesting. I went to a hide and tannery place in Edmonton, Halford Hides, and oh my goodness, I knew that they had tanning stuff, and I was like, okay, we'll find it there.
Oh, you're gonna DIY.
They have all the tanning stuff. Yeah, I want to do a buckskin hand warmer this year. Because they're like, oh, we should only be here. And it's like, yeah. So hand warmer is like one of those things you put your hands in. And it's like a big muff kind of a thing, and you just stick your hands.
And then
in
you
there
like hang it on in front of you. Kind of deal. Yeah.
Get the shoulder strap on there. Put your hands in there, because a lot of times when I'm hunting, I'm just sitting there with my rifle on my lap, and if I could just stick my hands in the muff, I don't even really need gloves. Because as I'm hiking out, I'm usually like moving and my hands are going to get sweaty, and I don't really want the sweat. So I'd rather just have a muff. So I think that's what I'm going to do after this season is make up like a rectangle of buckskin, buckhide, and with fur on, and do the whole rolly thing. I think.
Shoot a bear. Use bear.
Bear would be better. Yeah.
Did you get your bear yet? I saw you were hunting for it.
Hunting, but yeah, no, I didn't. No.
Not yet, eh?
Yeah, Halford's is amazing.
Oh yeah, I've never.
I got their catalogs. I think I might have been in there as a kid, but I got the catalogs, and yeah, that place is absolutely amazing.
It is like probably the most outfitted tannery trapping place as far north as it is. Actually, it might be the most outfitted tanning and trappery place in the country. No, it's huge.
And just looking at the catalog, yeah, like they have everything.
Yeah,
and like homestead stuff, like it is. That place is incredible.
Just for like the salts and cures and spices that they have a whole aisle of it, and it just goes on and on and on. It's like, what kind of flavor? You want your deer meat to taste like Donair? We got Donair spice right here.
sounds weird, man. Sounds weird.
They had everything. Anyways, so yeah, that was kind of cool going through there. And then I hit the range, and I got some weird guns to show. Okay. I mean, not weird, but here's a Scorpio 322. This is the most inexpensive bolt action rifle you can get. This is a Norinco, and it's got a pretty strong action. I don't really like the way the scopes go on it. They've changed it since the last time I reviewed it. So I reviewed one of these 4 years ago, and they are now different. They have a threaded muzzle cap on there, and it looks amazing. Like it's kind of here. Let me see if I can get some more light on it here.
Looks like it's ported or something.
No, it's just
machined with some nice ribs in there.
2 grooves
and really, really fine knurling on there. It looks too good to be on a Norinco. But that part looks good. The bolt is starting to smooth in now. Is quite rough to start with. The safety is nigh unusable. It's so clicky. But I guess that part
much is it?
$199. That's what these things are.
Wow.
Yeah, they're cheap. 10-round mag, that kind of thing. But yeah, so we went and shot that, and then I already
Accuracy
showed
was
you guys
okay.
this one. This is the TM22. Shot this one as well. I have a big bad scope on here because I wanted to see what kind of accuracy potential it had. Not bad, like 0.75 to an inch at 50, which is okay for
2 MOA,
a game.
not bad.
220. I think this was 220. Shipped, tax in, all that.
No,
kind
I'm
of
saying
stuff.
2 MOA. It's not bad, accuracy wise.
Yeah, somewhere around there. Not bad, but not too great. And
Not
then,
amazing, no.
And then this.
That has a big pistol case.
Yeah, for the listener, he's holding up a Tanfolio case, which
What the heck is that?
Well,
Space gun, here you go. What the?
Where's Dustin when you need him?
Yeah.
He'd probably be able to pick
Or
it up.
tell Mo that Tanfo made this.
Tanfo
Jesus
makes,
Christ.
a Bullpup 22. There's the magazine right there.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. And there's the charging handle. And there's the muzzle brake.
I gotta ask,
brake.
What's the height over bore?
It's a piece of crap. Just it's a piece of crap.
How much
in
is
every
it?
way.
Because there's a Tanfo.
Because it's a Tanfo.
$900.
Ooh.
Whoa. Well, Kyle, you can buy a 1022 conversion kit from what, Desert Tech? How much was that?
He can. We can't.
Yeah,
we
no,
can't,
it's saying he can.
We can't convert those.
We can't
Bullpups
convert.
in
Well,
Canada.
you
No.
cannot shorten it by converting it, which is a weird saying. But
Yeah,
anyway.
but okay, so like there looks to be a lot of plastic on that.
It's all plastic.
Yeah.
Everything you're looking at, everything. This muzzle brake is plastic. That's plastic.
Oh wow, yeah.
It's not a muzzle brake. It's a vanity piece. It doesn't stick.
I am curious. That's got to be what, 4 inches height over bore there?
It's a lot.
This is
and like
that's the
if I put
chin
my
weld,
head
not
on
the
it,
cheek weld.
I am looking at right about there. There's the iron sights, and then there's the rail, and the rail's
Why?
plastic.
This reminds me of the Gen 1 QBZ95, where they try to mount a rail into the carry handle.
Uh-huh.
And then you have like a freaking AR height optics on top.
I have a
those.
theory.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because this is the only rifle I've seen that's Tanfo.
They don't know how to make
They,
a
they
rifle.
wanted to break into the rifle market and decide we want to make budget. Let's look at what Keltec does, and had a meeting with them, did some lines off the table with them, and then this is what they came up with.
At least Keltec knows that hype overbore is a thing, and they designed the flat top.
And their stuff
Hey, but-
actually isn't horrible. It's just really out to lunch.
This is very different than a Keltec. So the plastic's cheap. I'll give you that. It is not a clamshell design. So this plastic is one piece.
One piece.
It's not. Yeah, it's not clamshelled in the middle.
I
It's
see a metal
ambi.
charging handle. That's something.
There's a metal switchable charging handle.
That
Oh.
pulls out way too easily. I don't
And you
like
can
that part.
swap that over to the other side very easily. The safety, I'm not sure about. The ejection port, you can see it's on the left-hand, left-hand side, because this is set up for a left-handed shooter. You can swap it over to the other side.
Ooh,
And you can swap the ejector and extractor so it extracts up to the other side.
nice.
The magazine release is ambi. The bolt hold open is not. The bolt hold open is in reverse. So what I mean by that is you pull the charging handle, you press the bolt hold open down to hold it in,
Oh,
and up to release it, which is kind of odd.
I'm trying
Interesting.
to think if there is a gun that's like that. I feel like there must be one out there.
That's like this. Nothing. Nothing's like this. But
Maybe
I
it's a
haven't-
Keltec. Maybe the CMR is reversed.
Yeah, I haven't gotten to the best part yet. That it's still a piece of crap because on top of all of that, it's unreliable in many different ways. I had fail to eject, fail to extract, and fail to feed, like failure to chamber, giving me a light strike and then giving me a double feed once you fed it back in, and then you have to take the magazine out and all that rigmarole. So the reliability is not there for a $900 gun. Trigger pull, let's figure that out because I don't think I've measured that before. 7 pounds. Nothing to write home about.
No, but not the worst. I mean, 7 pounds is pretty heavy, but
it's pretty heavy. I don't know. My only guns that have 7-pound triggers are like military surplus rifles.
Well, I'm thinking like I mean RCMP old revolvers were like 13-pound pulls. So
those are revolvers though, double action.
That's a double action. Yeah, this has got like a safety on it, single action on this thing.
Yeah,
but it is a bullpup, and bullpups are a little bit challenging to get a decent trigger pull on.
RTD trigger is pretty good though.
Yeah. I would not recommend. I would not recommend. Anyways, yeah, Dave from Frontier Firearms loaned me this one for review. That's why I have it. I would not have this to buy it.
Because... Is Frontier in Edmonton? I thought they are. Oh,
Calgary. I was in Calgary. Remember? It's Dave.
Oh,
Frontier.
Foothills.
Firearms training.
Foothills. Oh my good. Yeah.
It's like Frontier Firearms.
No, thank you for that correction. Now I forgot. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, he got it because it's lefty.
That's where I saw it before.
Real weird
yeah, that's where I saw it. I might saw him post it before. That's why I remember this now.
Yeah, it's a weird gun. It's bad.
He liked weird stuff though.
Almost every way. So I think that rounds out all the 22s I'd tested out here recently. Oh yeah, so I went to the range the weekend before November season starts. This was a mistake. This was I don't know why I didn't think about it. I checked the calendar. I was like, oh, there's no events today. Perfect. It's gonna be amazing. Let's go. No, it was extremely busy. To the point where like I shot the short range with the 22s and I went and looked at the longer ranges and I was like, nah, I'm just gonna go home.
Which range? Chaz or
Chaz, but they all would have been the same. It's the weekend before November, and
everyone's weekend.
Yeah, everyone's sighting in, and everyone was sighting in their hunting rifles, and it was a gong show, absolute gong show. So
safety was questionable.
There was a lot of people that don't go to the range very often. I'll put it that way. Yeah, and I didn't want to be there. Didn't want to be there.
That's fair.
And then this weekend, I am going to go do a PAL course in Lloyd. Another instructor asked if I could cover off the course, and I said, you bet I do. So I'll be heading out to Lloyd and doing that.
I'm driving. I like that road, though. I don't know why. I don't mind driving that road.
2.5 hours from here. It's not that bad. Yeah. 2.5 hour drive, and I'll hotel it overnight. But then the Saturday will be a long day because I'll start really early. I'll do the course, and then after the course is done.
Oh, you're driving back?
Yeah, 2.5 hour drive back. I'm not going to hotel another night in Lloyd if I don't have to.
I will recommend the Holiday Inn.
I already booked the place next to the place I'll be doing it at, which is a church. So it'll be close, and it's on the Alberta side. That's important because I can only do courses in Alberta. I can't do a course in Saskatchewan.
That
Lloyd
is
Lloydminster.
Funny.
Make sure it's on the Alberta side
because I know both sides would charge you the same GST, which is kind of nice.
But it's about
regulation, right? Right.
More bureaucracy than regulation.
Yeah, that's fair too.
We all it's a federal course. We're all teaching the same course. But it's more that the Saskatchewan has jurisdiction over the courses that are done there through their CFO, and Alberta has jurisdiction in here through our CFO, and we use AHIA, and they use, I don't actually know what Saskatchewan uses. But
right, that's a very interesting thing too, because every province determines how they want to certify the course. It's funny because I mentioned my friend in was Toronto, now Thunder Bay. He just submitted his paperwork. So we'll have another data point for tracking how long PAL and RPAL will take now. Online, he did it online too. Yeah. But his instructor's handwriting wasn't too good. He's like, is it 0N or something? He's like, oh, mine says AB, so it must be ON for the instructor number because it's, so I'm guessing, anyway, they're just done through their, their agency. And they do it like significantly different from ours.
Yeah.
They don't get their
Ontario does.
score back
Nope.
same day. Like
They
they have
mail
a
it to you.
pre-screening. It's a whole thing.
Yeah. I think Alberta's is better because at the end of the course, you get your piece of paper. This says that you've done your course. It's got signature. I've got my copies of the same thing. I submit mine. You submit yours. They're going to make sure that they both match up, and we're good to go.
Yep, I find it pretty painless in Alberta mostly. Well, except the whole I have to upgrade to a paper copy thing. I hope that will be improving soon.
It will. They're gonna make it so you can just do it online for both very soon. That would be my guess because based on
save everyone some time, right?
Yeah. Why do the paper submission? Okay, I think that's everything. So we'll get into upcoming events. I'll do Maple Seed if we have any Maple Seed events coming up. Let's just take a quick peek.
I think
here.
maybe Penetanguishing.
Yeah, we have Elmira, District Rod and Gun Club, GBHA Midland, and Penetanguishene, all in Ontario, all sold out in November. I can't believe they're selling stuff out in November. Don't you guys get out hunting in November? Maybe they have.
If you're taking Maple Seed, maybe not.
Yeah. Kyle, you've got that written down. That November 2nd, Sherwood Park.
Yeah, I saw that posted up in a Signal group that Sherwood Park Fish and Game is having a 2-gun on Saturday this week, so November 2nd. It'll be their last match for the year.
No, I thought that was 3-gun.
I just looked it up. I thought 2-gun.
Yeah, they said something about 2-gun. I don't know why.
The Chaz one was 2-gun. I'm not sure if the 3-gun, the Sherwood Park one was 3-gun. Anyways, yeah, that's
okay. Multi-gun. Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
sorry, my bad. It is a multi-gun match.
They have lots of spots available, so if you want to sign up, head on over to Practice Score and sign up for the Sherwood Park 3-gun or multi-gun, whatever it is. November 2nd. Tony, do you want to do the BTSA thing here?
Yep, we have first registration closing soon for Taylor's IPSC style PCC rifle ASL PCC rifle championship upcoming Sunday. I think we have about maybe an hour left. Plenty of spots available, so come on and shoot. Mini rifle available, standard center fire. You can shoot your 308 if you want. You can shoot your 223, semi-autos, or your PCCs. So not too much time remaining. I think the weather is pretty good, so they're going to add some more Steel Challenge upcoming. I think we're doing an abbreviated day, so you can wake up late. I think it's 6 stages instead of the 8. But if it's your first time, you don't have too much to do on the weekend, you want to come out to see Steel Challenge, I bet we don't have a ton of people. It's going to be a shorter day, so come out and we'll teach you how to shoot Steel Challenge. And maybe you'll be interested. Maybe you will do some dry fire, and maybe you will come out and compete for next spring. One thing I want to mention, because we talked about this, there's the USPSA Halloween match. It's a while ago at this point, and I wrote that I have expectations for Taylor and Mel to do something. They no-showed, so they didn't do the thing I wanted to see. But it's something I was expecting they're going to dress up as. But anyhow,
the winners.
Just the double victors. Yes.
Yeah. PAL courses in the Edmonton area. I have updated my website so that I just have tickets on there now.
Ooh, fancy.
I haven't quite updated the availability just yet, so that's not quite accurate. But yeah, I've got all that stuff up.
Do they get charged through the website as well?
I got Stripe integration there. Oh yeah, everything's just hooked
fancy.
Up. So. November 16th, 17th is PAL RPAL in Devon. November 23rd and 24th, PAL and RPAL at Sherwood Park. December 7th, 8th, PAL RPAL in Devon. And then December 15th, RPAL in Sherwood Park.
You might need to do a correction. It says must take NR course first. What if they already have a PAL?
You've taken the NR course then.
Well, yeah. I feel like it's going to mislead people. Jamie asks, can you recommend a good red dot to put on a 308 for deer hunting? Maximum range will be 50 yards.
That's a good question. I haven't really thought of using a red dot for deer hunting. I would probably want something nice and slim, right? What
On
about a
a
Romeo 5? That's a
308?
5X.
I would almost look at so you have the ability to use turrets is like the Leupold RDS. It's a tube
Is that
style. It's a
is that
tube style red dot.
It's still a red dot though, right? It's not
Yeah, it's not magnified. It's still a red dot.
it's not a prism.
Jamie, do you shoot competition at all? Have you
Not on a
considered?
308 though.
No, have you considered to multi-use it? Slap it on for the hunting season. Bang, one shot, and then put it back on your competition gun.
That Athlon I got for the PCC, it's got the circle with the dot like the Neotech, but it's not prism. It's red dot. That I've been very happy with that.
So, regardless which one you go for, something with good battery life, something with shake awake, and something with adaptive brightness.
I
You
would
want all
put
of those.
an emphasis on durability, maybe just because 308.
Yeah, but how do you tell which one's durable or which
I would
one's
recommend Vortex because if you break it, they'll fix it. So, just a thought.
Carrying
best
it through the bushes
warranty
would be
that
harder
you will
on
use.
it than shooting through
That's true,
308
too.
rounds through it. So
Yeah. Yeah.
If it's me, I would have
there's a lot of
slapped my
stuff
Huey on it. Call it a day.
Okay, one by one, Recco. Kyle, you said the
Athlon for price and the size, yeah.
Tony?
I don't know anything Vortex really. Well, it sounds like I'm a shill.
You are a shilfer.
I am a shill for Vortex, so it's kind of Vortex sponsor me. Maybe
Which
not,
one
I don't know.
specifically? Spark?
I would go with if you want an AR height, I would go with the Spark AR.
Nope, not going to be an AR height on a 308.
Yeah, probably.
Rifle.
Well, what if they're hunting with RFB?
No, wow, okay, maybe, but let's pretend they're using a regular 308 hunting rifle.
I'll get the Spark 2. They're cheap, $200 on sale. If I manage to break mine even on a PCC, you can get multi-height. It will come with all
Browning
the multi-height
BAR.
stuff.
Said Browning BAR, so you want something low.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Spark 2 will accommodate that too.
I think the Spark 2 and the Athlon are both good choices. I would look for a Romeo 5. They're really compact and they have shake awake and they're good for 50,000 hours or something silly like that. Look through all of them. You want something with good light transmission because you're going to be hunting in dusk, and all of them have a little bit of a blue tint on them. All of them. Some of them have quite a bit more than others. Like my Aimpoint Pro, it's got quite a bit more blue tint and a little bit less light transmission, but completely bomb-proof in terms of durability.
I mean, I'll mention the model since we mentioned Athlon. I mean, they have more than one. Well, the one I'm talking about is the Midas LE Gen 2. So that's the big rifle one.
I may also consider the Defender ST or probably not the XL. That seems a little excessive, but the ST. Big window. It's more of a pistol dot, but it does come with Picatinny adapter. So, it looks similar to this. So,
yeah,
also
open
an option.
kind of style.
Yeah, open style. So it depends if you're Kelly and you're in the rain a lot. I would say maybe get a tube style instead.
Yeah.
Well, it'd get tube or like one of the Apex ones where you can get the cap to close it. But yeah, if you're in the rain a lot like that RDS, that Leupold RDS is still budget friendly. It doesn't have as wide of a viewing angle because it's tube style, not just a single pane. But it does give you the turret, so you can, if you do find yourself in a situation where you're shooting out further, you can know your dope and dial it in.
That's pretty unique, I want to say. That's pretty cool.
If he's in Ontario, I'd get it capped because he's not going to have to dial for anything ever. That's going to be close range in the bush.
50 yards, right?
Capped. Yeah, capped. This is a good choice. The Romeo 5, I just like the size of it. It's very trim and small. So imagine that without the mount on top of it. It is the width of the rifle. So it's going to be
that is the
small.
RDS there.
Yeah, that's bigger. That's almost like a mini scope.
Yeah.
It looks pretty big.
Yeah, so there's my hand for scale. But I know Crystal likes it on this M15, and it's pretty nice.
Yeah, good for yeah, a bigger rifle that's getting out there. Cool. Getting into the news. Someone put this in here. PSA STG on pause.
That is me. That actually came from last week, I believe. I forgot to talk about it. But at SHOT Show, I don't know if Kyle visited the PSA booth. There is this PSA noticeable for okay quality control, dirt cheap ARs, and weird American-made guns like AKs. Yep. And they had this concept STG 44. I'm not too sure if they like acquiring companies too, like Nodak, HNR, like a lot of brands, Soviet Arms. I don't know if they got this design from someone else or is it fully in-house. From the sounds of the video, it sounds like they got it somewhere. And this is like a working prototype, but isn't working as well as they expected. So currently they're abandoning the project for time being. It is not being worked on actively anymore. So
they're abandoning it?
On a shelf. I guess that's probably how you said. They're going to revisit it at the end of the day.
Like, I mean, I would have preferred like delay and keep working on it, and that would have been, in my mind, a good show because they've had a habit of just. Well, then again, they have a habit of promising stuff and then not putting it out.
Delivering.
So yeah.
I knew it was going to fail. PSA forged ahead and failed fast. And like, you know what? This is too hard. Let's try something else. Huh. Okay.
Maybe one day. One day.
USPSA.
Yeah, so I put this one in. I got an email. Actually, it came in yesterday. USPSA is basically putting a freeze on the 23 and 24 classifiers. So you're not going to get classification from them or anything. And their reasoning was they need to... I feel like I should just pull up the email because I just shook my head because I'm like, you have a system for this. But yeah, so... Or yeah, they call it suspending the 23 and 24 series. And basically they need to define a process to establish. Yeah, the suspension will remain in place until a clearly defined process is established to calculate the high hit factor for these classifiers.
What's wrong with the hit factor right now?
Well, these are like brand new, like last year and this year classifiers. My thing is, you have how many classifiers on there? Don't you already have a system for establishing what your high hit factor is?
Yeah.
Like, maybe they're not playing. Maybe they're not getting people shooting them, because I know we did one last year with like the 23, and basically all the new ones, their system screwed up, and that was part of the whole thing last year where we weren't getting credit for classifications and everything because their whole system just screwed up. But
one moment, let me check. I think I've shot 24 in my last.
I know I have this year, and I've gotten. So I'm actually curious. They say it won't affect, but obviously, if they're suspending that, it could very well affect my classifications because I know I've shot some 24 and 23.
But what if you didn't do very good? That means you're getting better scores.
Well, no,
Why do you guys care?
No, because I take my.
Why do you guys care? It's just imaginary, anyways.
It's fun though. You have a target to challenge yourself against, I guess.
I'm just taking a piss.
I know, but for me to, if I want to overtake Taylor's position, that seems hard. But baby steps.
Yeah. So let's see. In limited, PCC shows up. Yeah, so I have a 23. I have 2302 on there, and that's it for PCC classifiers that will be affected, and that is a low. Well, yeah, that is one of my lower ones. That's my second lowest one. So it still could very well affect because if it switches out to another lower one.
So in comparison, I've shot 3 24s. Which are 48, 47, and on 2408, I took a dump, I guess, 34.9. Although shooting PCC...
What do those numbers mean for our listeners?
It is referencing you to a percentage calculation to the top guy, so to speak. There's a reference score.
That's your percentage to top.
That is your
Yeah.
percentage to top.
Yeah, to the high hit factor, where they have to figure out a way to calculate now, I guess. So my limited, 4 out of my 6 that are being used to calculate are 23 and 24s.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
I don't think they've attracted anything yet, have they?
Not yet. It's what the email say, effective tomorrow.
Next week, we'll tell everyone if our score changed or not. That's interesting.
Coming soon. Alberta Bill of Rights.
I saw something on this. I didn't know if anybody else read into it.
Here's the amendment.
Yeah.
It's neat, but ultimately, I don't know. It just says the right to acquire, keep, and use firearms in accordance with the law, bolded, reinforcing the right to lawful ownership and affirming the government's intent that provincial laws should not interfere with the right to own legally acquired firearms. This is just an announcement. It's not anything legally binding. Like the way that this is worded means nothing. It's cool though, but it just means nothing. Because even affirming the government's intent, this doesn't handcuff future governments of the province from adding laws on. It just says our intent right now is that this shouldn't do this.
Yeah.
But future governments could. You know, if the NDP got in and they're like, you know what?
But anything can be appealed.
There's nothing to appeal.
Stuff.
There's nothing to appeal because this is all just talking about intent. So even if this was enacted as is, it wouldn't stop any further provincial governments from doing anything.
Correct.
It's just saying this, we want to do this. Now, what they might do is use it for future cases where it's like, oh, well, according to our charter and what's in our Bill of Rights, this is the way that our Bill of Rights is written. Therefore, this is our stance. So they might use it as like a
to shoot a government, shoot a federal government away, so to speak.
Yeah, or like go to battle with them about some stuff. They might say, oh, well, you know, our Bill of Rights says this, therefore we're going to take you to court over this because we feel it's violating our citizens' rights and according to this Bill of Rights, right? So that's I think that's all I saw on firearms. Firearms. Oh, there's one more spot this shows up. Oh, no, it's right there. And there's some expanded property rights and so on and so forth. But ultimately, I don't think it'll make any change to the greater course of things. This next one. Okay, I wanted to show this one because I saw something really interesting. So Quebec man, 22, attempted to force 2 women into a sex trade in Calgary. Okay,
that is a P80 upper.
No. Oh, maybe that's a P80 upper. Yeah. But look at the lower.
What is
Geisler?
That? It's not a Geisler.
Nope. It's a Geisler.
Made in Israel.
Made in Israel. Lower.
Interesting.
I've never seen this pistol before.
No.
And there's a reason why. These never made it into Canada. This is a Polymer 80 clone that Geisler's now making. So Polymer 80 is out of business, right?
You can clone a Polymer 80? How low can you go?
Well, Polymer 80 is a clone of a Glock, you know, Gen 3. So it's not
a clone of a clone.
Inspired. Yeah. Don't clone the clone. Just clone the OG.
Well, you could say it is a clone of the OG too. But so it's an 80% lower. But this company came out, like they started selling, they originally sold like pepper ball and that kind of like non-gun guns. They started selling these in 2023, which guns were already banned in Canada.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so this has not ever been available in Canada. It's a polymer. It's a lower 80%. That's
but we know
that.
We know the trade. It's funny though. Look at the picture of every detail. You can see the optics plate is taken off. For what? Yeah, weight saving?
Maybe they intended on putting it on. Or, yeah, maybe.
Also, no threat protector. Okay.
Maybe they intended on putting a suppressor
on it. Yeah, sure. Muzzle brake.
is that one? What did he get
He's
charged
gonna
with
shoot
here?
open division IPSC
Blah
with this.
blah blah. Oh, he has a firearms prohibition, multiple charges, multiple firearms offenses, yada yada yada. Okay,
Yeah.
So another.
Yep.
Let's slap him with another lifetime ban. Maybe it'll stick
Yeah.
this time.
Yeah, this one will matter.
Anyways, I thought it was interesting because I've never seen Geisler before, and that's because we don't get them up here.
So that's funny. It doesn't look that comfortable though.
Yeah,
Maybe it's just me.
looks like a Glock clone. Oh, I forgot one gun that I wanted to show.
Oh.
I finally got to working on my Gersan MC312.
Oh.
Finally got to finishing it off.
How many years has it been?
There's the extension on there.
Why do you have an MC312 for your son?
Because it's cheap.
It's cheap and it runs decent.
Yeah.
There's this saying that's kind of new in Chinese. It's called 不买立省100%, or if you don't buy it, you save 100%.
Sorry, I don't know that saying.
I'm missing the translation here.
Yeah. There's
Terran, but
Terran, Terran extension, and worked over mag port.
Wow,
and,
fancy and flashy.
Yeah, it looks pretty good, right?
Yeah.
10 out of 10.
Kyle, you know what this is.
Dremel work.
Yeah. Do I recognize that port work?
Yeah.
Oh, it's Kyle's gun.
That is a Lunatic Tactical Special. Actually, we have a video of that gun on our YouTube channel.
Someone made a comment on it this week. Just saying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, my audio is low compared to the other guys. Hey.
It's already auto adjusted.
Is it?
Yep.
Maybe I was just too far away from it.
Maybe.
Sorry, Richard.
Yeah, I can't change that one.
You use auto adjust on your audio?
Sometimes
I do.
Recording that thing, properties and levels. More. How's that? Is that better? Or maybe I just need to go closer to the mic. Maybe I'll just go close to the mic. If I'm far away from it, it's kind of quiet. Anyways, I traded for that one.
Oh, okay, nice.
I traded Colin for some other stuff.
Now that we're on shotguns, I doing some looking through Facebook, and I'm got an idea I'm debating on.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking of removing the vent rib on mine.
Why?
Because as the barrel heats up, it puts tension on the barrel, so your point of impact for especially for slugs, raises.
Mm-hmm.
And I've noticed that. I'm trying to weigh out all the pros and cons right now. It's something I didn't realize this before, but some comments, because Mark Roth is doing a bunch of, he made his own buttstock for the Benelli M2, and he's making up a bunch. And someone made that comment, and I started reading through the comments about cutting off the vent rib, and it's something he discovered long ago. Apparently, he did it to Dylan Easley's gun and everything, and so I am debating on doing that.
The gamer shotgun talk that Tony does not understand.
Well, you heat up the barrel, and because that vent rib, it heats up at different.
I understand the concept.
Okay.
It was like that would never come across my mind. Your gun heats up too much that the vent rib is like.
Oh, after a stage, yes, you don't want to touch that barrel after a stage.
Which is fair.
So, now something when you brought that out reminded me on that.
All right, let's get into new gun stuff. New gun stuff is brought to you by Bullseye North. Need a new boomstick? Bullseye North is Canada's shooting superstore and a proud supporter of the CCFR. They have a wide selection of guns and top training gear for any shooter. They got free shipping over $250, which includes ammo, or $17 flat rate shipping below there. This week, the thing that we wanted to show that they have is a Trijicon SRO. And as soon as I can share the correct screen, I will show that. And it's on sale for $745. What else we got here? Oh, you already got the black box customs on here, Tony. Yeah. I was going to mention that one.
I wanted to do it, but I can't justify
the
it right
NES
now.
blaster for your pistol. Get it painted like the NES blaster. Nah, you're too young for that.
Nice.
That's what I want.
That will include black box, Calgary business. They'll include stippling jobs,
paint,
cutting serrations, coating your firearm.
Cool paint.
Yeah,
cool.
Or
Cerakote.
cutting it for optics. Cutting the
Yep.
slide for
Yes.
optics.
Optics
Mm.
cut, that counts too.
That's like
Yeah,
the
but
two
just-
I would advocate for using that 30% on. Optics cuts and Cerakote.
Paint. Yeah. Cool paint job.
I would have painted my gun in Battleship Gray Cerakote. It's like an off-white, but it's pricey. It's pricey.
I wonder
30%
if I should
off.
get my
Maybe one
Shadow
day.
2
Maybe when I
cut.
wear out.
Is that Adriel?
I wonder if I should get my Shadow 2 cut for the winter.
Just buy a slide.
Oh, do you know how much a Shadow 2 optics ready slide costs?
It's not.
It's like $700. It's ridiculous.
No, what was it?
Yeah.
I have a friend who got one.
optics ready slide Canada.
Got one from Solely Outdoors.
Here we go. Just it's stripped, so there's no barrel or anything like that on there. $450. Oh, back order. Optics ready slide G4C without barrel and recoil spring, so you still need to buy those two. $400.
On sale for $400.
Yeah.
That's not bad. That's not bad.
Yeah.
No.
Do that.
Yeah.
Mm.
Gunsmithing required though, so you might still want to send it to Black Box.
Well, they say
Where?
that because
Where's
you
it
might
say
have
that?
to fit it for the barrel and that.
I think it's the how it
Ah.
locks up, but,
I got a Dremel. That's no problem.
Yeah.
which is fair. The Dremel Master. See,
Uh,
not too bad, right? Not too bad. I had a friend who bought one. He's like,
I know.
you
I,
did.
I want to get one for 2011, an optics ready slide, but that is even more money. So
fair.
Okay, after the show.
After the show.
Yeah, I don't want to buy it right now because
$3.99, not bad. How much
Card.
do they cost to cut one? Did they say?
That's 200 minimum. It's
Yeah,
probably
see?
going to be 200-300. So
You got
$399
two
for a different upper.
slides.
Yeah. I like it. I like it. You're convincing me. Oh, but it's stripped. Does it need?
oh, you're going to have to get
Firing
extractor,
pin and that kind of
everything.
thing? It just says without barrel and recoil spring, but does it have the extractor and firing pin and all that kind of crap?
I don't know. I feel like it wasn't that painful.
I'll have to ask them. Where was I? I run guns.
10 millimeter. Unfortunately, this gun, I put it on here. First, it's not available in a non-restricted yet. Second, it's not really a competition gun just because the LC carbine isn't the PC carbine. And the LC carbine is only available in what I consider to be pistol long actions. So 45, 10 mil. I think that's about it.
They don't have it 9 mil?
Nope. I checked.
Huh.
Yep. It's the long act anyway. It's like the long action pistol caliber. So it could be an effective hunting gun. Well, it's not, it's restricted, so no. If it's
I don't
not
know.
restricted,
This is-
maybe. 10
This is
mil.
Weird. Yeah, so 10 millimeter, I agree there. It's the gun itself. It looks like a pistol that
It's
they
like a pistol,
put stuff
yeah.
on. Whereas the Ruger PC carbine looks like a rifle that they made to be a PCC. Looks like a pistol that they added crap
Made into
to.
a rifle. Well, sub 2000, same idea.
Well, like in Smith and Wesson has one very similar where mag goes in your grip and
Yeah, I got one FPC. But
The
this looks
caliber
like
I'm
there. This is
forgetting-
the pistol. This is the pistol right here, and I don't know.
Yeah.
I shot one. Maybe I got
The
to put my
caliber
hands.
I'm forgetting is the 5.7. They also have it in the 5.7.
Oh, that's
oh, now if you get 5.7, okay, now it's got interesting.
It's still at R only so far. If there's enough interest, maybe they'll make it an R because Ruger is pretty
What kind of
okay
barrel does
about
that
doing
use?
that. No idea.
Can you just build your
Change
own
the barrel?
I don't know.
Hmm.
I bet you
I
these are
doubt
all
it.
proprietary. Yeah. Let's look at this next thing. Oh, is it in Canada? Oh,
Correct. It's actually the
Shipping
NR
carriers.
version. And I made a remark because this gun has been out for about a year and a half. So for
the audio listeners,
Henry,
yeah, we're talking about the Henry Homesteader 9mm, their PCC. Sorry, go ahead.
So basically the NR delay for Henry so far is 1.5 years. It's pretty cool. It looks pretty cool. Maybe it's a good Kaio gun for you.
What is? Okay, so it
will
uses a
come with-
mag insert, and it's got a Henry magazine that
has
looks
a
like it's 5
proprietary
rounds.
5-round because Henry
Uh-huh.
doesn't have a pistol, but it came with similar to the Ruger. Really,
Oh, that's
it came with
Glock
an
mag adapter.
insert, so you can take 10-round Glock mags.
Okay.
Definitely recommend it unless flush fitting is your priority. Then you can run the 5-round mags.
And hunt with
Maybe
it.
for
Push
a
it a deer.
hunting
You know,
scenario.
9 mil
need-
for gross or something. Ooh.
Be
It's a
quiet.
very fat
Yeah.
bullet.
Gives you a little bit more
I mean,
wiggle room on
I
the
still
headshot.
like shotgun for gross, but I mean, it's an alternative to 22 or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Cool.
looks classy and looks cool, but probably not your best competition gun just because first, wood heavy, second, you can't tune the recoil system or anything. It's cool
Oh,
looking
but the
enough.
charging handle could be swapped to the left. That's this
Mhm.
looks like.
Yeah.
You're gonna race this thing now.
Why
Well,
not?
Safety.
I guess what I'm saying. Okay, how do you release the magazine? It looks like a side release, which is the same thing as a Ruger, because it's going to use this. Yeah, so there's your release right there for the Ruger magwell. You could run this. What are the 2 action bars underneath doing? These guys right here. It looks like they
I'm
have them on
wondering if
both
those are
sides.
for the factory mag
Could be,
release.
yeah.
Oh, maybe that's a bit goofy.
Because like
We got a
that
tank
positioning where
safety.
it is looks like that would be a good
Reasonable.
mag release to have.
Then you're limited to 5 rounds, so
Yeah.
that's not gonna work.
But
Mhm.
if with that insert it works with the Glock mags, then that's a fine position for your mag
Yeah.
release.
Yeah, there's your mag release right there, just on the side, left side. This you could use this. You could use this as a gamer, like not as a proper gamer PCC because it's
No,
you're
but
right,
getting
Tony,
into
some
it,
wood and
like-
all that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be fine.
Would work.
It's not as limiting as a high point.
No.
Cool. Tenda has their Black Friday sale on now, just open today.
Super early, yeah. I think,
Yeah,
I'm not sure
very
if
early.
they're done yet, but when I looked this afternoon, they're still kind of adding items to it. So some stuff on a poster are still like in between a sell stage. So do check the prices before you check out. But yeah, they have good prices on ammo. Some of them, I've got
Some of
myself
them.
some Cell and Bellet 357 mag. They're basically 38 special prices for 357 mag. So good deal
Mhm.
there.
The MagTech 22 is quite cheap as well. It's under 7 cents a round, which is
It
pretty good
worked
for 22.
Okay.
And actually, this Federal Fusion was good too. This was $20 a box of 20 rounds for soft point fusion bullets.
For Ontario people, it's a good deal. For Alberta people, what are you gonna deal with?
Deal with what?
What are you gonna do?
Shoot coyotes.
Sure.
Shoot coyotes.
If I'm shooting coyotes on that frequency, I'm gonna load my own.
Yeah, I do too. But if you don't want to, I guess that's an option. This rifled slug, that was the price last week, or at least when I bought, that was the price. So that one comes on. Campro small pistol primers for $85 per 1,000.
That's a
pretty
terrible
good.
deal. Go get it from Bullseye,
No.
$69.99.
Really?
I did it in last week's episode. I had
Oh,
the
man,
2
so good.
cans.
So good.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
buy it from our sponsor, Bullseye Norse. Tell them we sent you.
There we go.
The prices.
You were looking at the
on-
Savage 110 is there as well, right?
Yeah, they have. I would hold on to that because Savage does a lot of rebates, and it's going to
Yeah.
be November soon.
Yeah.
So you might be able to double up on that. On the primers, the Federal small rifle primers, if you're looking for super soft Federal primers, that's a good deal.
Yeah, small rifle. Cool. This next one, oh yeah, here's the Frontier. Frontier Firearms, not Foothills. Frontier Firearms. They have the Lee #1 Mark IIIs from 1917 for $6.99. It looks pretty rough, but it looks original.
Cool.
So if you're looking for one of those 303s, they got that. And
I
then
want a
Solely
Ross
Outdoors.
rifle, please.
Solely Outdoors has PMC bronze 9mm 115 grain for $339.
With free shipping.
1,000.
That's a good
With free
deal.
shipping.
Good
Yeah.
deal.
That is, yeah.
340.
Yeah, pretty good deal. All right. We're gonna have a main topic today, so we'll just keep running through listener feedback. We didn't get any emails. Tony, do you want to do the YouTube comments?
I will do the YouTube comments. We have 2 comments from Eddie and 1 follow-up from me. Eddie mentioning the BC election was so close because the former BC Liberals, now rebranded as the BC United, saw the surge in BC Conservative support and dropped out of the election to avoiding splitting the center and the right-wing votes. It's not only the recount that's dragging out the official results, they also have to count thousands of absentee ballots that were mailed in such a tight race. Those can make a difference. It does. And I think some of it did. As I understand, the recount is manual because each vote is now scrutinized to make sure they're cast properly. You can bet there's be some representative from both parties watching and challenging the other side's votes for improper cast ballots. I think the lieutenant general, which word do you guys prefer, of BC has invited David Eby to form government, but I don't believe if the majority was declared, they're 1 seat down, and that 1 seat is like the margin 0.1%, like tens of votes. So for anyone out there, I think Nova Scotia just launched their campaign. Go cast your vote. Every one of them count. The second comment he got is, oh, come on, Tony, you don't need much experience to build a Maverick. I'm sure you know enough fellow shooters that can help you through it if needed. We know the hunting gear guy has built one. As for economical throwaway hunting rifles, I concur with Richard, liking the Savage Axis. I'm lukewarm on that. It was just on sale at Cabela's recently. It's often on sale, that's fair. But Black Friday sales are just around the corners. They just started for Tenda. Although the hunting gear guy recommends the Stevens 334 over the Axis. I responded, I picked USA made, so I said no to the 334. But that's somewhat biased. Oh, and we also got a comment from Rob G76. LMAO, whoa, okay. Well, not be getting one of these. Thanks for the comedy, bro. That's talking about Kyle's Grisant testing and review, which is a mainstay of the channel at this point.
Not the point of the video, but
anywho, people draw their own conclusions, I believe.
Well, and I guess, well, I think like they're drawing their conclusions because it wouldn't shoot the super light rounds that it really didn't have a chance shooting in the first place. And follow-up video never did happen, and that already shoots lighter rounds than that video because Colin did go and take a couple rounds of buckshot through it, and he's shot it a bit since, and he told me that
we should complete the trilogy, the collection by having Adriel does a video on the new and improved one, so it will become
it's not the new and improved one. It's actually the same gun from the video.
Improved by Lunatic Tactical Limited or Unlimited or whatever your trade name would be.
Semi-limited. Fully semi-automatic.
Well, it was Lunatic Tactical Inc. or what I just
Lunatic Tactical Open because limited is no fun.
I like limited,
which is fair.
Cool. Okay, that's YouTube. Facebook, I think we've got them all. Instagram, Discord, Spotify. Discord, there's actually a couple of things going on. You got to go over there if you want to. For those of you who don't know, Discord's like an online chat thing. It's not like a forum. You don't keep up with everything. It's just like you hop in and chat when you can, whenever you want to. It's not meant to be like you read everything on there.
It's like a big group chat. You can come and go as you please. Also, exclusive Trevor content on there for you old-timey Slamfire Radio listeners.
A little bit more frequent than the podcast, but
Yeah. Well, I mean, Kyle's put up videos of like cycle testing his guns. I put up a video clip of shooting a pheasant on there as well.
Yeah.
Super cool.
Yeah. Because I had a head cam on for 2 of the 3 days that we're out hunting. Most of it's just walking around, but just
armed hiking
action.
Favorite kind of hiking.
Armed hiking, very much. Yeah, very much so. But yeah, head on over there if you want to take a look at that stuff. If you're going to buy something from Cabela's or Brownells, head on over to our website, click on that link over there, and then buy the thing. And by doing that, you'll help support the show, and it doesn't cost you anything extra. So with the Black Friday sales coming up, if you end up buying something from Cabela's, go through the link first.
Yeah.
Go through that one. Yeah. We'll tell you about the good deals because I am an enthusiast about good deals. I'm a deal enthusiast, a deal enjoyer.
Cheapskate times 1, cheapskate times 2.
Yes. Yeah. Thanks to our supporters on Patreon and Player. If you'd like to email the show, send us an email at slamfireradio@gmail.com. Shout outs, anyone?
Kyle's going first.
No, this is open bar. Whoever wants to talk.
I'll give a shout out to Adriel for giving me the QD cup. So I'll probably shoot this gun with a sling one day.
There we go. I got one for the pheasant hunt group. I'm not going to name names, but Dave and Co. Thanks for a great time. Great bunch of guys. Good hunting.
I don't have one for this week.
All right. Finally, join our Discord server. Watch us on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Player. Join the CCFR, and we'll see you all next week.
See you next week.
Good night, Kelly.